guys, and thanks for tuning in. Today I'm coming on to tell you guys what I went through yesterday. Now, I am driving, I'm on my way to work, but I wanted to do this before I got to work. So, yesterday I went to the dentist and I thought I was just going for the consultation to tell me exactly what it would cost to have work done. Because the dentist had told me that I have infection in my gums and he needed to do some type of deep cleaning and he needed to put some antibiotics in my gums. And there is a tooth that needs to be pulled because it is deteriorating. I need to say that right. And it needs to come out. And it needed to be replaced because once you pull it, that's the last one in the back on this side, but I need one to chew with. Okay. So yesterday, totally different story. I was totally confused what the lady was talking about because she didn't know what she was talking about. And anyway, it all boiled down to okay, he's gonna just do the deep cleaning and put in the antibiotics or whatever to get rid of the infection. I was approved for $1,000. I gave them 200 on my credit card. Okay, sign the paperwork. Let's get started. So I go in there with the dentist. He numb my mouth, and she's with the dental assistant is with us, and she has to suction in my mouth. And so he said, okay, he's finished numbing it. While we're waiting for it to take effect, he says, okay, well, now let's talk about what we're going to do. So we're going to pull the tooth. No, we're not going to pull the tooth. It costs $6,000 to pull the tooth and replace it. No, I'm not having that done. I only agreed to have the deep cleaning done and, with the antibiotics. So he says, well, no, that's why I did the numbing. You're going to have it put out. No, I'm not. I'm telling you, I'm not. And, well, you have to understand it's absolutely necessary. You have to have it done because it is what's causing the infection. And the infection is not going to go away. And it's going to get worse if you don't remove that tooth. And it's just like, and he goes into explaining, it's just like this. Okay, situations. Okay. And then he says, I said, okay, I understand. Then he goes to explaining giving me another example about, this is why we have to do it. And he sounded crazy to me because I kept saying, okay, I understand what you're saying, and then, and I'm feeling nervous and I've never been to this dentist before. So I don't know this dentist. And I'm feeling like at this point, like this man is crazy because you switch up. Once I get in the seat, you numb my mouth, and then you tell me you're gonna do something totally different, something that I didn't agree to. So I said, okay, I need to use the bathroom. So I wanted to find Casey so I could tell Casey, hey, I need you to look this dentist up and find out, like, who is he, if there's any reviews or anything, because I don't know about this doctor. So I couldn't find Casey, so I went back in and I just said, okay, I'm gonna just do it. Go ahead and pull the tooth out. And, later on, months down the line, I just have to come up with the money and have the other tooth put in. Because at this point, that's what he's saying, just down the line, I can go ahead and have another one put in, which is contradicting what he said last week. But anyway, so he says, okay, I'm going to numb you again, to make sure. I'm like, okay. And so the nurse is not in the room. So he go over my mouth, and I noticed that the medicine dripped on my mouth. I like drip right here. I'm like, what the freak, you know? And then when I opened my mouth, it dripped again on my tongue, and I just thought that was just like was not okay. And I'm thinking like, where's the lady? You know, the assistant to help suction. So anyway, he poked me in the mouth, and he was going on like this, and it was hurting. And I'm like, you know, he's in my mouth. I can't do too much movement. I'm like trying to let him know it's hurting. He said he said it hurts, and I was like, yes, like, yeah, stop. He's like, okay, and he just kept doing it, and he kept drilling in my mouth with this freaking needle, and it was hurting. I'm like, stop, stop. You know, doing like this, like freaking stop. And he wouldn't, you guys. And he said, okay, this hurt. And then he says, okay, wait a minute. And I start feeling like the needle just was cutting me. I don't know why it felt like sharp little pins, like I'm like, oh my God. And I'm telling him to stop, and I'm trying to grab his hand, but I can't grab his hand, because if I grab his hand, then he could hurt me. So I'm just going like this, like, stop. And I had those glasses on. I took the glasses and I threw them on the floor. And I'm like, stop. This man would not stop, y'all. And I was in pain. He was hurting me. And his eyes and the way he looked like he had turned into some type of psychomaniac, mad doctor. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he was thinking. He was looking at me, and it was just crazy. And so I started crying, and that's when he stopped. So he stopped, and I grabbed my mouth, and I sit up, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm looking at him like, what is wrong with you? And I just get up and I run. I just run out. I run out, you guys. I run out. And I'm crying. I'm getting in the car. And Casey in the car. And Casey, Mommy, what's the matter? And I'm just crying. And I'm pointing to the phone because I just wanted her to call my husband. And I'm crying. And the nurse came out with some box of tissue. And I'm crying. And I just couldn't believe, like, he did that to me. He was hurting me, and I kept telling him to stop, and he didn't care, and he wouldn't stop. He just would not stop, you guys. And I felt like violated. I felt just violated, and I was so mad. I dare you hurt me. I dare you hurt me when I'm telling you to stop, and you're not going to stop. You're just going to hurt me. Oh, I'm so mad at him. He is psycho. He is crazy. And so once my husband got there, and he came outside, and he was like, the numb is gonna go away. You know, what are you talking about? Are you crazy? Why are you talking about the numbness is gonna go away? You freaking hurt me. Are you crazy? You know, you can come back another day. Come back another day? Are you kidding me? What are you talking about? He's whack, you guys. He's crazy. So I did the necessary steps today to file a complaint with the dentist, California State Board dentist or whatever. And then I'm not finished with it. But I got no sleep last night. I was just tripping, just like jacked up because of that. Nervous. Now my what do you call it? Fibromyalgia is acting up. My nerves is bad now. He done jacked me up. And so now I got to go to work. I went to my first job, took care of Granny today. Made me smile, put a smile on my face. And then I'm going to this second job, so I got to deal with people. But I'm going to be okay, you know. But I'm emotionally just jacked up. I really am. All right, you guys. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for watching this video. I love you guys. Bye.